Buongiorno Pueblo, buongiorno, buongiorno, buonasera, buonasera y bienvenidos a otro directo del martes por la noche, directo en English. From now on we go in English. West Coast Connection is this live, because with us we have first the amazing JOSC Hollywood with Giulio. Matteo will come in later. But we have a new person with us, Calcio with Rino Z. Rino, friend of the house. No, I was honored to be in one of his lives. Now he comes to us and we share a bit of time together. How are you guys? Welcome. How are you?
Good. Hola Pueblo. Thank you for having us. As always, very excited to be here.
Awesome. Rino, how are you? Welcome.
Thank you. Very good. Thank you for letting me join you. It's a pleasure. And just can't wait to talk about Juve tonight.
That's right. They have plenty of things to talk about. And right on time, Matteo. How are you, Matteo? Good to see you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
What about you?
Good. We're just getting started, getting the ball rolling here. Give me 1 second that I hear you a little low, but now I can raise the volume, no problem. Okay, West Coast Connection, guys. Welcome to everybody. Obviously, as I said, this is going to be a live in English. It's a little bit different for us, as you know, we're a Spanish-speaking community here. But as always, we love to give space to everyone, including our big family out in the West Coast with JOSC Hollywood and Calcio with Rino Z. Now, Rino, I didn't tell you this before because I forgot. I'm sorry, but we have a tradition here. Anytime there's a new person that comes to our lives, they have to tell us how does their love for Juventus start and who is their favorite player of Juventus, both now or in the history, whichever one you wanna use.
Well, it's funny. I started liking Juventus between 1995 96 because I was born in Vancouver, but 1995 I moved to Italy. Then having my mother Milanista, family Interista too, I was the only Juventino in the family because I was always watching Juve. I fell in love with Vialli, Ravanelli, especially De Piero, but she's born the same day as me, 9th November. And since we won that Champions League, celebrating with my mother, Milanista, I've just become a Juventino. And the only one. My brothers are Milanisti, mother Milanisti, but since then I did not change. Bianconero fino alla fine.
You're the only one that saw the light in the family. Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Go ahead, Matteo. Sorry.
No, I had nothing to say.
Oh,
sorry.
sorry.
I still trying to fix everything. I'm sorry. I was
No.
I was late to the party. Sorry.
Don't worry. We
trying to
hear
do
you
something.
And see you
I'll
perfect.
tell you later what I was trying to watch.
Oh.
Guys, let's get going with this with the Juventus. Obviously, there's been a pause, and never-ending pause for the international break. Thankfully, so far, everybody of our players that have gone to their national teams and played have been able to finish without injuries. Caveat, McKennie never actually played, so he came back and he went to the J Medical today. Thankfully, it's just a muscle fatigue, so nothing too big. However, one more to the list of not available for Juventus Lazio, which is this weekend, this Saturday. And it's the beginning of a series of games that are very important for the season, that are against big teams, especially if we want to kind of set the standard for the rest of the season. And I want to hear, your anxiety, because I have a lot. J Medical is full, and misery loves company, so I need more misery to get within the company. So guys, I start with you, Giulio. How do you see us for this game against Lazio? Wea trained today, signed with Adzic, but do we have enough to prepare us for this coming weeks of important games?
So I'm actually not too concerned about the midfield. Believe it or not, I think we have options there. you mentioned where, that's where I am a little more concerned about, because pretty much there is only where on the right, and I don't think there is anybody else. Adzic like just started training with the team again after, I don't know, he's been out for 2 months again, month and a half, I don't know. So that's where both the wings. I mean, with Ildiz on the left, well on the right, and there is really not much. Maybe there is Bangula that could give Ildiz a breather, but those are like my concerns mainly, because Wea hasn't played in a while. I mean, Bangula kind of it went down from the excitement of the first game or two. The midfield doesn't concern me. I mean, we have still a couple of options, and I think we can do well. I was I was joking this morning with Matteo and a couple of other friends in another chat. I took a screenshot of the possible lineup of the 4 back, and I told them, if in July you should do this 4, I would have told you we're going to Serie B, because I think it's going to be Kalulu, Gatti, Savona, Cabal, but I'm confident that they're doing well, like in the back, and that's probably our main strength. So for the games against Lazio, I think we are okay if nothing dramatic happens, but we need those guys back, Conceição and Nico Gonzalez, because then there's Champions League, then there is Inter, and we're getting into a hot period.
Everyone.
Yeah. I mean, well, you touched a lot of good topics there, Julio. First, Conceição is not injured. He's suspended because, La Haya and Fiji are just a circus. But that's besides the point. So he'll be available for Champions League, thankfully. And then you mentioned Cabal, who, could play on the left back. He hasn't played at all since the first few games. So that's kind of interesting. But that could provide Cambiaso being used
at the moment he's still in Colombia, right? Still on this part of the world.
Yeah. Today he played. Yeah, today he played. So he'll have to travel back tomorrow, and we'll see. He played 10 minutes, not much. But, the traveling and the change of time, etc., that takes a toll. So we'll see if he'll be available. But then the question is, do you play Cambiaso as a right winger, no, instead of Wea if he's not fully fit? We know he can do it. I don't particularly love him there. I prefer when he plays on the left back. But I would like to get your opinions. First you, Rino, and then we go with Matteo. What do you think of these options? Cabal, Cambiaso on the right.
Cambiaso. Well, Cambiaso on the right, I hope will be fun, because, like you just said, he's better on the left, right? So even if I'm not mistaken, with the national team, he was on the left, if I'm not mistaken. I think we should not be too worried, because a player can play, if he's good, he can play any position. Then Cabal, I would like to see him, because like Julio was saying, with all these injuries, we're almost having a heart attack, because it's always been happening to us, So let's hope for the better. It's kind of scary, because I talked to a lot of people. People are getting scared. They're very agitado to watch this game on Saturday against Lazio, because Lazio, we always have to be careful. Well, with every team, but let's hope our boys do a good job, and let's hope for the better. That's all I can say, because especially Kumaider's not there, then Conceição's not there, because whatever happened with the Kyrie grave. But let's hope that the boys play as a team, as they've been doing, and hopefully a miracle, hopefully a beautiful game that we can win. That's all I'm hoping. A nice 2-0 and 3 points.
2-0 palla al centro. Matteo,
bravo.
what are your thoughts of this weekend with all the things that we've talked about?
Well, thank God football come back. We just lost another meaningless weekend without soccer, because I'm so freaking tired about this international break. We're gonna have another one in a month. So I think they tried everything they can do to ruin the game. Okay, and so yeah. For example, you mentioned Cabal. It's the same thing with McKennie. Yeah, to call like a true intercontinental flight to come back. That's gonna take a toll on your body, like it or not, you know. And yes, they're professional and everything, but yeah, they're human at the end of the day. So let me start with like I agree. Cambiaso can play like a multiple role, but I think he needs to focus on being on the left back, and that's it. Okay, I know he can play it up, but I don't like it actually. Especially thankful to our national team coach that I don't want to see his name. He played 90 minutes against Israel in another meaningless game that I had no idea why. And then we have Fagioli play for I don't even know how many minutes. Okay, but supposedly after he played like I don't know many minutes, is the biggest issue of the national team. So fuck them. Okay, just to let them know. Okay,
Bravo.
And fuck my national team. And so I'm concerned. Yeah, I'm concerned especially because it's about time we start making 3 points at home. And this is like a game that we need to get a point, especially after not being able to get the 3 points against Cagliari. And I'm not concerned about the way we play, because I think if we Cagliari, I think we play a good game, a decent game. Okay, we should have won. We have our chances and everything. Still, the last time we scored a goal that wasn't on a set play at home, it was in August against Como, I think. Okay, we didn't score with Roma, we didn't score against Napoli, we scored on penalty against Cagliari. Okay, so it's about time we need to put the ball behind the net, you know, in the net.
Thank Vlahovic for that. What? Somebody talked?
But you said that the midfield doesn't concern you because your favorite player probably is going to play, Julia, right? So
yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
who's your favorite player?
Making fun of me, not me, but is trying to say that Locatelli is going to play.
Well, but Locatelli.
Here we go.
So yeah, we in just in a couple of weeks we went from being like a bench with option, okay, we not only to have no bench, but basically we didn't even like start to play, you know. So Thiago Motta needs that actually I always advocate for Motta being our coach, okay. Even if like I was a big fan of our former coach, I'm the first fan of the actual coach. You need to find something. And like Giulio mentioned in the chat we had this morning, another chat we had this morning is like because there was like a starting 11 going around this morning, they didn't have Douglas Luiz. And I think if Douglas Luiz doesn't start like a Lazio, maybe we really have an issue with that. Because if Douglas Luiz doesn't start on Saturday, I think we can say where there is smoke, there is fire.
Do you think there's a problem
in the situation that we have?
Sorry, Matteo, I didn't mean.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. No. But I honestly I don't know. For what I've seen of Douglas Luiz, I like him as a player. Okay, I think he always people starting talk shit about him because he caused a penalty last Sunday against Cagliari. Hey, but that's an episode that can happen, okay? Yeah. And we were supposed to overcome that episode to score another goal. So I don't have an issue with that, okay? People talk shit about you, but the game he played in Leipzig, but I think that was not the game that he was supposed to be playing. He got in, and we be in 10, and then we go down a goal. So I don't have an issue with him, but we need to see him play because we haven't seen him play. How many minutes has he played until now? 90? 100?
Yeah.
And basically he trained with us since starting like about middle of August.
Yeah, he was there in the summer retreat and everything.
End of July.
Yeah, and he never was called by Brazil for the Brazilian national team. So he always been in a continuous training with Thiago Motta and a teammate. We haven't seen him play. The only time we've seen him playing, it was in Napoli, okay, and it was like a soccer field that we're not supposed to play soccer, okay? And I'm allowed to say that because yes, the soccer field was better for both teams, but that's not what's supposed to be playing. Same goes with the soccer field condition in Genova, okay? But yeah, we need to see him play. So I don't know, but Thiago Motta needs to do something. Thiago Motta
Yeah.
needs to do something, and I'm not a fan of Mangula. Okay, never been a fan of Mangula. I don't think he was I don't think he was good with the next gen. I watched kind of almost all the game. Okay, if I can. I'm one of the few person probably that defend the way up, because the team Timo has been decent, and every time that he looks like he was kind of like opening his wings, he got injured.
Yes.
So we'll see. But yes, but definitely Thiago Motta need to because I think that the must-winning game is a game on Sunday. We need to take the 3 points home.
Yeah. I mean, after Cagliari, because man,
especially after
those
Cagliari.
2 points that we left
4
behind
ties
hurt so much. Like we controlled that game. The first half, they never touched the ball. I think we had 365 passes alone just in the first half. It was crazy, and we just could not score. And what you say about goals in plays of action, at home, it's been a while, but also we haven't scored a single goal on a corner kick or a free kick this year. And that's something that, I mean, we have the players to do it. Gatti is one of those big guys that can jump. Before Bremer got injured, Bremer was one of those guys. Vlahovic is also very tall. His headers are not his forte, but he can still score a few. And we still, from those set pieces, we haven't done much. And then from action play, we haven't done much at home. So it is worrisome, the level of goals that we've been able to score. Even though we dominate a lot of these games, we at least have a lot of the ball possession. Like you say, I like the way that we're playing. I like the concentration, but there's something missing at the end, especially at home in the last few games. No, Giulio?
Yeah, we're missing a lot of goals. And that's something that we have in common with last year. Cup Miners has missed like at least three that I can think of, that they were like, dude, you gotta put that in.
Yeah.
Vlahovic, I think he has missed at least another 3 or 4. They were like, I don't know how we missed it. So yeah, maybe more. But I mean, now we're talking about, I just mentioned 2 players, that only 2 players combined have missed at least 6-7 goals in how many games? That's an average of like an easy goal per game that makes or breaks it. See, we had like 4 ties. Now see Miners scoring against Napoli, or like Vlahovic scoring this. I don't even know how he did not score against Cagliari. Now we're looking at a whole different ranking. We're talking about a completely different situation. So I don't see it as dramatic or drastic as some people picture it. But the truth is like that. We say Motta needs to find something. Yeah, but there is no alternative to Vlahovic. Okay, so Vlahovic might be even tired besides everything else. Like, he's played every game. He only played, I think, 1 game, 45 minutes. Then he's played like every game. And Cup Miners is not 100%. I mean, he came from an injury when we bought him. Right? He just recovered from an injury. Now he got injured again. So I think we need time. We need time, and hopefully we can make it to January without too much damage. But the team is there. The team is in control. The coach is in control. Looks like that. Yeah. And my biggest concern, which was like the defense, seems to be solid so far. So I see more good than bad. Sure, we need to fix things, but like overall, I'm not worried much yet.
No, yeah.
For now.
For now. Brand, hoy es inglés. Hoy hacemos un episodio especial en inglés con nuestros hermanos del West Coast. Así que por eso es que estamos todos en inglés. My big Juve corner cast. My biggest concern is our attack. For sure, Juve corner cast, because like Giulio said, there's no substitute for Vlahovic. If maybe one thing that the summer market ended up not covering fully was that person to substitute Vlahovic. Milik is gone. I mean, there should be signs, missing person. Yeah. I haven't seen
We
not
won't
even
see
in
him
the.
until next year.
It's incredible. It's incredible. And the Coop Miners thing that Julio's saying is true. I mean, this time obviously the injury is different. He has a broken rib, but that's a difficult thing to play at, especially in the high levels. You know, we remember Locatelli last year had a very similar issue. It took him a while to come back. When he came back without protection. He still wasn't feeling very well. It took him, some time to regain his
That was the
normal.
protection.
Eh? What's that?
That wasn't the protection,
That was
Joshua.
it was just him. But
That
this
is
year,
that'd be
guys, this
funny.
year
No,
Locatelli's been doing great. This year, I think, has been amazing.
I might disagree, and I think Julie agree with me. But so far, yeah, it's about expectation, okay. And I think Locatelli can be part of our roster, okay. It cannot be our midfield, okay, our starting midfield, no matter what. And it's not been that kind of player. I know there is like all this rumor. We hear probably your friend Mirko Nicolino said that Thiago Motta consider Locatelli really, really important. Honestly, I'm seeing Locatelli playing the same position he was playing last year, okay. Besides some part of the games, okay, that we see in a little bit close to the opposing goal area, okay. But I think Locatelli is playing like he's used to play. I haven't seen like doing any key passes. I haven't seen him doing assists. I haven't seen him doing any attempt of goals. Okay, yes, he's a decent player. I'm not saying he's like a.
At least he has heart. He tries. Like, I understand your point. He needs to improve more. It's not the Locatelli that we've seen at the Euro. Since then, it dropped.
The
But
Locatelli
at least he
was a bench player. He was a backup. He played that game against Switzerland where he had 2 goals. One was deflected by an opponent. Okay, but
yeah.
Other than that, I remember even at the final, the guy coming from the bench is Cristante, not Locatelli. So he's a backup player. Like they're like a fact, and he's not part of the national team.
It's the wording that we use. I think that is wrong with Locatelli, right? He's not playing. Joshua said amazing. I think he's playing amazing. Bremer was playing amazing.
Yes.
Didn't miss anything, right? That's the player who's playing amazing.
But Jolly played amazing against Leipzig.
Locatelli is not sucking like last year. So now he's playing games that are like, I would rate 6.5, right? 6.5 out of 10, right?
That I agree.
So that's not amazing. That's like, okay, it's playing well enough that it deserves to keep playing. It's not amazing. It's not a key player. When he didn't play, I didn't notice he wasn't playing. Fagioli substituted him, and we played in the same way. We missed the same goals. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like a player. It's like without him, we can't do anything.
No, absolutely.
So he's part of the team. The mid is like a work in progress. But all those games he's played, he hasn't made any really mistake. He's been covering well. So I wouldn't be upset if he plays a game, right? Tomorrow. Whether last year I was upset every game when I saw him on the pitch.
Right.
Because he was horrible.
Yeah, but last year...
that I agree.
But what I'm saying...
Yeah, you didn't have any replacement last year.
No, sure. I'm saying the difference. It's like... It's not sucking. It doesn't translate.
I agree.
Great,
No, I agree. Like, I'm not a big fan of Locatelli, but I understand what you guys' point.
Rino, what about
he does put heart?
I don't know what Joshua thinks about that.
About Locatelli?
Yeah.
No, guys, this year I think he's been playing really well. But what Julio's saying is true. I'm comparing him to last year. So obviously, if you compare him to last year, he's doing really well. I do think that the midfield with 2 is better for him than him being the regista. I don't think that was the correct position for him. I think this helps him a lot because he has somebody to rely on that can help him with some of the work. So having said that, the question then remains is, has Locatelli improved, or is it the same Locatelli just in a position that's more apt for his abilities and he's better accompanied? And the answer might be the second part rather than the first part, which is, in general, a good thing for Juventus, right? So I'll take it. Having said that, I think, the whole Douglas Luiz thing, even if he doesn't play on this Saturday, I don't think it's an issue yet. I think he is struggling to get acclimated to his new reality, his new, life, etc., etc. I don't think it's a fluke that he had such good numbers while he was in the Premier League. So he is a very good player. It's just taking him time to get used to whatever it is that is taking time to get used to. I remind, at the beginning of the season, we were very critical about Fagioli. He wasn't playing well. He wasn't at the same rhythm as the rest of the team. It took him a minute to get there. And now, like Matteo said, the Leipzig game was incredible. I mean, he just killed it. So I'm a little bit.
Fagioli came from 1 year that basically he hasn't played.
Right.
The game and everything. So so that's another big thing that people need to consider.
Of course. And I mean, just
the other thing that Douglas Luiz coming for Premier League is not coming for like Brazilian Championship, So that's why.
Yeah, but
Douglas Luiz, a lot of people are complaining because of his mistakes. That's the problem.
Guys, but
I think
the mistakes really. I mean, first,
Matteo.
Sorry, Julio, but the people say, 2 penalties in 2 games. Guys, the first penalty, give me a break. I mean, that game was us against everybody else. So let's not put that on Douglas Luiz.
Yeah.
The second penalty.
No, but I think Douglas Luiz has played fine. Yeah. I mean, he hasn't played badly. The problem.
No, I agree, Julio. People.
I think what Matteo was saying. Matteo, correct me if I'm wrong. It's not that there is a problem with Douglas Luiz how he plays. Next game there are 4 midfielders available, right? Fagioli, Thuram, Locatelli, and Douglas Luiz. If Douglas Luiz is again the one left out of these 4, I mean, it's not Thuram has been excelling either.
No.
Then there is something going on, maybe physically, maybe the relationship with the coach. It's not that the player sucks. That's not, I think, what we're trying to say here.
That's what people are saying already. Like, people always have to complain.
No. What I've seen,
ridiculous.
I've liked those 2 PKs. They were very unfortunate.
Unfortunate,
events. Yeah. I don't judge him based on that. I've seen things actually that I liked about the player, but I think he needs to play more. And if what's his name, Motta, is not giving him that time, it's because there is a reason. And that's when we say there is something going on. Right. What's this reason? What's going on with the guy? Right.
Something fishy.
And to complete what Julio was saying, that was actually completing what I was saying, okay? To get better, he needs to play.
You never improve.
We spend decent money on him, okay? And I think the player is not Arthur 2.0, okay? He can definitely play the game, okay? If it's not,
people call him that Arthur 2.0.
Yeah, but people need to stop watching Juventus. Probably go start watching What the Bold and Beautiful. Probably they're gonna make.
Probably. Bravo. That's the best.
Joshua was trying to say in the Fagioli after one game that he played 20 minutes, he made it because I missed a pass. It's okay. Fuck, every player misses a pass. Okay.
Mistakes, yes.
Since today, now we have Cobb Miners, we have Douglas Luiz, we have Thuram. Okay, now it sucks. No, Fagioli doesn't suck. Actually,
no, he doesn't.
It's a good player. So people need to stop overreacting, because that's what happened. That's what's happening from years from a Juventus fan. Okay, because after we win 3-2 against Leipzig, I think, hey, I was the first one to overreact to the game because it was amazing. Okay, but we're not gonna win the Champions League because we won 3-2 against Leipzig. The same reason. We're not gonna be relegated because we tied 1-1 against Cagliari. So stop with these ups and downs. Okay?
Yes.
We need time. We need time. One of the best.
Calma. That's what I say all the time.
When the best Juve we had is the one that we win the Cinque Maggio, okay, and that team the team was great. And if you remember,
I was at the stadium in Rome. I'm proud of that.
I was in Milano celebrating my town. That was a beauty.
I was in Rome. I saw 90,000 Inter fans cry their ass out.
Crying, that was a beauty. They're still crying at this day.
I think I won myself
after Christmas, when they moved to Ram as a right back. And the same thing with the year that we went to Cardiff. It take till late January, beginning of February to find a good the good 11. They said, the Allegri said, okay, let's play like this and let's see how it's going to work out. And it worked out. So this is a new team with a new coach, and we need patience. Watch a game.
Patience. I say that all the time.
Team. If you,
I have a question for you guys.
I agree with you.
I have a question for you guys. If Joshua, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, what do you think? If there is one player that has gotten a lot of minutes and has played, but that is the weak link or is somebody that hasn't performed as expected, who would that be?
Ooh,
For
I'm
you.
gonna have a
Can
very
you repeat,
unpopular
please?
answer.
can you repeat, please? I missed that question.
So, of the players that have gotten a lot of playing time, who is the one that has underperformed the most so far, that hasn't met the expectations?
Do you? I have a very unpopular answer, but I'll let you guys
go
answer
ahead.
first.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, let him go because it's kind of.
Go ahead. Probably it's the same as mine. I have two players, but
my number one, and it hurts me to say it because I love the kid, is Kenan Yildiz. I think he's been the least performing one. He had that great goal in the Champions League, and that's about it.
That's it.
There's not much creation from that side. He has obviously, when you wear the 10, you're gonna have a bigger, focus on you. I don't think it means anything. I think it's part of his progression. He is a 19-year-old kid, etc., etc. But of everybody in the team, if I would have to say one of the weaklings, I guess, as you mentioned so far in Serie A specifically, I would say Kenan Yildiz. How about you guys?
Matteo, Rino, I have two. I'll tell you at the end.
I disagree with you, Josh, on Kenan Yildiz. That actually, I think he's been asked to do a lot of dirty work. Okay. But yes, of course, it's an opinion, okay? And so I gotta say Dusan Vlahovic.
Rino.
Because
Well,
I don't
have to agree.
Because I don't consider Locatelli a huge player.
Well, I kind of have to agree with Matteo because Vlahovic, for me, yes, he did maybe 7 goals whatsoever, but he cannot be missing all those goals. And, he has the opportunity to do it. Yes, he did 2 beautiful goals with Lipsia, but he has to be consistent. Even that last game, come si chiama, with Cagliari, ha fatto quella cagata with the open net, please. Like, I know people are saying if he's going to stay or not, but he needs to go. Like, we paid so much money on this kid, he's not a Higuain. I get it. I defended him last year, yes, but no, enough. It's enough because.
You defend him last year. You already know why. Come on, you already know why.
Don't even start, Matt. It's not. No. No, it's not true.
It's true.
No, it's not true.
Yes,
it's not true, Matteo. No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
I'm not gonna.
That's not.
I'm gonna do for you. Senor is bad for you. Okay.
Julio, who are the two that you
Okay,
were
whatever.
saying?
I think my two were like Yildiz too. I kind of expected it though. The expectations, the pressure was being too much on an 18-year-old that hasn't shown nothing yet. So I think that's why we say he's underperforming. There was too much of an expectation,
Yes.
almost unreasonable.
Yes.
But the one that actually, I think, has shown nothing is Nico Gonzalez. To me, he hasn't done anything.
Very interesting point.
We missed it. Yeah.
He hasn't done anything. I mean, I would take right now Conceição over him every game I've seen Conceição playing.
Yeah.
He's been injured.
Sure, but those few games he has played, he has been predictable, he has been slow, he hasn't done
like
anything.
everyone else.
Sure.
No. Yeah. Okay.
Again,
Yeah. You're right.
Sure, but like,
It's your opinion.
I mean, I don't.
I'm sorry. I'm a huge Nico Gonzalez fan. So I'm.
I mean, I'm a huge
I'm sorry
Yildiz
that-
fan.
so-
I'm a huge Yildiz fan, but I have to say that he hasn't made an impact.
Well, you have to be
yet.
realistic. It doesn't matter who you cheer.
And Nico Gonzalez hasn't made anything, hasn't
Well,
any impact, nothing.
I would
Like,
agree with you with the exception of the Leipzig game. I thought he was key in that game. If I remember
Nico
correctly.
Gonzalez?
Was he not?
Nico Gonzalez.
No.
Yeah, that game, yes.
Yeah.
I remember Conceição on the game.
Yeah, well, Conceição came in and scored
Sa Conceição,
the
non
third
si
one.
tocca.
Was it that one, or I can't remember the game where he did like the little sombrero around the defender and then put it in for Vlahovic to score. I thought that was Leipzig.
No, Nico
I don't
Gonzalez
remember.
got injured against Leipzig after
That's
5
right.
minutes.
It wasn't Leipzig. It was PSV. I don't know, but one of the games he played really well and he had an assist. But other than that,
I think he
agree with you,
scored.
Julio.
Overall, like after 5-6 games, 7, like I don't.
Yeah,
I mean, he hasn't really
Yeah.
Oh,
He needs
you
to
know
done
show
what?
that.
shown much. I expect a little more. I expected more from him.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
and
he's
then I
MVP,
agree with
yeah.
Matteo. But Vlahovic, he can't miss certain things. The one against Cagliari is
Bravo.
unforgivable. It's
Yeah,
unforgivable.
that's too much. One
okay,
after another.
I don't know what's the problem with him because, like, technically, he's strong. Like,
I mean, what's
from a
crazy is
technique
that
point of view,
he scores
It's
a
mentally an
massive
issue.
goal during the week,
Because it doesn't think.
and then he doesn't score
Because
the
it
one
doesn't
with an
have
open
to
goal.
think in the goal. Because
He
in that
can't
goal,
handle the pressure. That's what I noticed. He can't handle the pressure. He gets
Yeah.
frustrated pretty easy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
and by the way, the goal that Vlahovic missed, he started with Douglas Luiz that shot from outside, from out of the
100%.
box, and then the goalie stopped it and then put it on the feet of Vlahovic.
Very well.
So
Very
talking
well
about
pointed out.
Douglas Luiz.
Carlos Gallo asks, hello everyone, greetings from Nicaragua, Forza Juve. I just arrived. Is there any news about Milik? I'm concerned about the rotation, the team's offensive aspect. Carlos, we were just talking about that. We are concerned about Milik in general. We're going to put out a flyer,
general.
missing person, all these good things. So because we haven't seen him. His girlfriend doesn't even post things about him anymore. We're really worried.
Wow, we're really concerned. È grave la situazione.
Good night,
That's
Gobi.
bad.
Mexico saluda, un abrazo, Nucio. Guys, so we touched a lot of different topics here. Nico obviously injured as well. Kub Miners could maybe be back, but for Inter, they're saying that's another one that
I hope so.
It's true that he hasn't scored, but I think you notice when he's not in the pitch. I don't know if you guys agree with me.
Of
on
course,
that.
of course.
Yeah, I agree with you. Give him time. Give him time.
I mean,
He'll
we're
be
nitpicking
good
here, like, we're
combiners.
just. But yeah, I mean, Comp Miners, it's another level. And I read that they might bring him on the bench, with the protection if he's not too much in
Stuttgart?
pain.
That's
This
kind of
Saturday.
risky.
Lazio.
That's really risky.
For Lazio or for Stuttgart, Giulio?
For Lazio, actually.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
risky. I hope
the
he
moment
has to rest.
I don't think so. I mean, it's not that we need to risk that. I hope they don't,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah.
you just need to be in the bench eventually. So
Yeah.
the moment that as our friend Billo said, that the moment he starts scoring, I think he's gonna start pouring, and I don't see an issue with Kokomana,
No.
but
No.
that's
No,
another.
I don't have an issue. No,
That's
absolutely.
another. If you go on Twitter or if you go around, there was another concern for our ups and down Juventus fan, and.
It is what it is.
The only good thing about the international break, and at least it's for me, I'm just taking a completely like a suspension for everything. I'm start following more the NFL and now the MLB playoffs. So
I'm following
the
NHL.
only good thing. So I'm not gonna go.
Yeah.
Following.
Guys, talking about
But
Koeman- Go ahead, Rino. Go ahead, Rino.
No, sorry, to finish up about the national break. One other good thing is that Vlahovic hasn't been playing with the national team. So hopefully he stays focused. He trained a lot and tried to practice not to miss those goals. So
Hopefully he rested.
hopefully see something good on Saturday.
Talking about Kub Miners, and here's a plug-in for the JOFC Hollywood, but any JOFC in the sphere of Juventus, there is gonna be a special event regarding Kub Miners. So if you are not part of a JOFC, I don't know what you're waiting for. You need to be part of a JOFC somewhere around your community, near you. Maybe your city doesn't have one, but the city nearby does. You can join that as well. You can start your own JOFC, but there is an event between JOFCs and Coop Miner himself. So I'll let Giulio or Matteo tell us a little bit more about that. It's starting to appear in the nets, so maybe you can tell us a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we received notification. We received notification from Juventus. What was today or yesterday? Today maybe. On October 24th, there's gonna be a virtual press conference, or like let's say meet and greet Coop Miners with fans, and you know, members of Juventus official fan clubs can apply to be picked to ask a question live in English to Coop Miners. Unfortunately for us, it's going to be around 1:30 Italian time, which in California it's 4:30 in the morning.
Oh my God.
So, so we might not be the prime candidate for that, but you know, East Coast fan clubs could do it. It's going to be 7:30 in the morning for them. So these are like fun
Julia,
cool
if
events.
nobody for our fan club is going to apply, I'm going to do it.
I had no doubt. You're the one who wakes up at 3 to watch games. So 4:30 it's a walk in the park for you. So.
What a disappointment over here, guys. Really. Yes. Come on, how can you watch a game that you are able to watch live? How can you watch it not live?
I can't. I'm with you, Matteo. I can't watch replays.
I woke up at 6:30 on Sunday to watch it. Well, I want to watch NFL, okay, but there was Juventus Roma on, and it was such an amazing game. Actually,
for the Juventus women, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fantastic. What a great game.
It was such a nice.
My cutoff time is 5 a.m. I wake up as early as 5 a.m. That's it. Anything before 5 a.m. not worth it, unless we're talking about, you know.
Me sometimes.
You know,
but the last like game I was half umbriaco. No, thank you. No, I couldn't wake up at 3 in the morning at the Cagliari game, so nothing.
Ciao Billone, Camillo Billone, uno dei nostri.
Grande,
one of ours.
Camillo, welcome.
Camillo, ciao.
Guys, talking about we talked, you know, a little bit of the FIFA World Cup. And the amount of games that these players are playing. Matteo brought it up as well, you know, having these international breaks, traveling across the world to do these things. There's a few things that are starting to come up that I want to discuss with all of you as we're here in the Americas. One of them is the Players Union, I guess, is starting to talk about, you know, putting some sort of legal action against the organizing bodies because they're playing too many games. We've seen an increase of ACL injuries, not only because of Bremer, but you know, it seems like every week there's a new ACL injury. There's been a couple of fatalities already this season across the globe, and then we have the FIFA World Cup in the summer where a lot of teams are involved. It's gonna be hot. We saw already where the games are gonna be held. There in LA, one stadium, in Seattle another stadium, and then the rest in the East Coast. Sucks for us in the middle of the country, but I wanted to get your opinion on this. Right,
you're always more than welcome here on the West Coast.
I know. I of course I'm gonna make use of it, but you know, it's an extra expense for the rest of us if we have to travel back and forward. But anyway, you know, soccer of the people apparently. I want to get your input on this. Obviously, you know, we're not necessarily, we're not professional players, so we don't know, you know, the rhythm that they deal with. But it seems that these players used to be able to at least rest a month, too. Now, between international competitions for their national teams over the summer, plus the extended calendars for their club teams, they seem to never to rest, right? So I want to get your take on this. I'll start with Rino, and then we'll go to Giulio and Matteo. What do you think about all this?
For me, this national break and all these games, it's way too much. You know, you see with all these players getting injured, and even with this national team, we don't need to do this. They should have kept it like before with like the like they used to do just the friendlies, like a game after a game. Because then once they come back, they got to do the league whatsoever, then Champions League, then the Super Cup, but then it's way too much, like injury after injury. Then these players are very good talent, and thanks to all these, even the goalie from Belgium, the one from Real Madrid, I don't remember his name, he said it too. It's too much games and it's costing us a lot of injuries. So, like, who knows how long these guys are gonna last? Like, they need to cut off the Nations League, and they need to cut off all these extra friendlies that non serve a niente, secondo me. Per me è una porcheria, if you ask me.
Yeah, I mean,
so it's just
money at the end of the
ridiculous.
day, right? That's Giulio.
Money, I get it, but it's not healthy.
Yeah.
Well, there are two parts of it. One is the national teams, all right. So, and that needs to be addressed, I think, in a different way, because if the federations now feel compelled to have all these games, then let's make them accountable, responsible if a player gets injured with the national team. Right. So now you're going to pay for all the medical expenses, you federation, and you're going to pay for the salary while the player is not playing with the club. And that's one part. Then there is how they've reformed a lot of things, right? I mean, if you think about the Supercoppa is now, right? First was like a game, now it's like 2 games, right? The same thing with how was it called? When whoever won the Champions League played against whoever won the Coppa Libertadores. Back then was a game too. Now they're
Super Cup.
No.
Coppa Intercontinentale.
Coppa Intercontinentale. Okay, that was like a game. Okay. Remember Del Piero 1-0? Right. There was a game. Now that's like another 5 days, 6 days thing that happens, right? And now they added also this World Cup for clubs, right? So it is too much. It is too much. It is all done to make more money, obviously, and to have them play more games on purpose to make more money and involve. As a supporter, obviously, like, it's fun to see the World Cup, right? For clubs, is it necessary? I think it's not. It's not necessary to have anything like that. I mean, we have the league, we have the Champions League. There was the Coppa Intercontinentale, which that's what it was considered, like the World Cup for clubs, right? Whoever won the Champions League, that's what it was. That's why they extended it to have it play with the winner of the Asian Cup. That's what it was. And now they made it into this other huge tournament it's completely unnecessary. So as a fan, now they're coming to the US. Sure, I love it, but like, let's talk in 4 years when instead of being in the US, they're like in Asia, and now you can't even watch the games, and now they know they're playing, they're gonna get injured. So actually, this World Cup that they just put in, it's the biggest, I think, problem moving forward, because then there is the Euro Cup, there is the World Cup for national teams. That's pretty much every year, every year, because then there is the other competition that they played the year before the World Cup.
Yes.
Remember now what it is?
They took them away. The Confederation Cup.
Confederation Cup.
Right. They
there?
No, I don't think it's no longer there.
Are you sure? So pretty much 3 summers out of 4 in 4 years, like, there is another month-long tournament.
Right.
That's actually now becoming the real issue. Sure, the national games during the year, they could be less, instead of playing like whatever, they play 2-3 less, but that's not the real problem. The real problem is really this World Cup things, these tournaments they're prolonging that nobody's paying attention to yet.
And there's one more thing,
exactly.
Julio, before passing it to Matteo, because you bring a good point. It's not only that it's more tournaments, they're longer tournaments. There's a lot more teams per tournament. I mean, Champions League alone this year is so many more games, right? And this Club World Cup has 36 teams, and then the next National World Cup, it will be 36 teams again. So it's
too much.
More tournaments, and they're long.
48
48. That's right. Yeah, sorry, Matteo.
Yeah,
Go
so
ahead.
Italy can make it maybe.
Maybe.
Okay, so
Well, if they win the Nations League, maybe, but who knows?
well, there is two things. I always been a supporter of more soccer game doesn't mean better soccer game. Okay,
Yes.
that's
Yes.
definitely
Bravo.
not true. Okay. Second thing, I'm totally in favor of the player. Okay, started to like unionize together, getting together, and asking for like we respect them more when the calendar are not put on the paper. But on the other side, they need to start asking for less money. Okay, because I don't have an issue with the Messi and the Ronaldo and the Mbappe making that kind of money. Okay, the problem I have is like when the average player start like asking for more money because they have like 3 good months. Okay, because after the 3 good months, if they have like a bad year, then the team cannot lower their salary because it's gonna
Right.
be given. Okay,
Yeah, exactly.
so I'm like it's been at least 15 years that I think like there is no reason for Serie A having like 20 teams in Serie A. Okay, with 3 relegation. Okay, I'm a strong supporter of Serie A like it was in the 80s with 16 teams. Okay, I would be happy with 18. Okay, and think about that. We are 18th team in Serie A with 4 relegation. Okay, and now we are 20 with 3 relegation. Okay, so first of all, yes, more soccer game doesn't mean a better soccer game. It means like more injuries, more like useless soccer game. Okay, so I'm against all of this. I'm against find a spot on the calendar where you have like 3 weeks or even a month. Okay, from middle of May to like, and have all the World Cup qualification, European qualification play over there. You gotta ask me why there is like South America is the dumbest qualification program ever, because you're gonna have like, especially right now, I think there are 10 nations playing like in a common ball. Okay, and I think 6 or 7 are gonna make the World Cup, so they're gonna play their 10, 9, and 18 games. Okay, for like 6 or 17 to make the World Cup. Where is the reason? Have 2
Yeah.
group of 5. You play.
You're right.
So CONCACAF, don't even get me started with CONCACAF. On the nonsense between USA and Mexico. Okay, I would love Mexico to come because Mexico deserves to be better. Okay, but so they need to start. So players need to get together and start like raising their voice. Okay, because FIFA and UEFA are ruining this
Everything.
sport. And on the
Bravo.
other side, player need to stop asking for more money every other
You need
day.
a salary cap.
No, we don't need a salary cap, because if they start asking for money every other day, what the teams that needs to looking for more profit, and more profit means more games.
Right.
Like it's a circle.
Yeah.
It's easy.
And unfortunately, the people that make the decision seem to be.
And I don't have the solution.
No. It's I agree. Nobody.
No, nobody has a
That's
solution.
a very hard solution.
Well, it's people pay good money to find a solution. Okay, so find a solution.
There's a business idea.
I know, but it's all about them. È uno schifo, Matteo. I agree with you, but fanno schifo.
We still watch the game, so we probably, if we stop watching the game, maybe something's gonna change. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe you think the old school way. Yeah, it's hard.
But we have
For
a
most
disease,
people.
Matteo. It's
Yeah, no,
thing
I
that,
totally agree with Josh.
Bad disease.
we're addicted to this thing. No, and what I was
Yeah.
gonna add is that the people that make the decisions, are holding on to power more and more every day, and it's the corruption between them is ever more present and ever more evident. They don't even try to hide it anymore, but nothing happens, and that's super worrisome for the future of the game. I mean, we see it in Italy with Gravina, who again today had
Per carità.
some choice words, but we see it in Europe with Seferin, in FIFA with
It's
Infantino.
ridiculous.
I mean, this whole
Che
World
belle-
Cup of
che
clubs,
trio.
yeah, incredible. this World Cup of clubs, they haven't been able to sell the TV rights. Nobody's interested in broadcasting the Club World Cup, and we're what is it, 8 months away from the beginning of the World Cup. So it's a little worrisome, but yet at the end, what matters to them is that the money comes in, and who cares about the players, their health. And honestly, I wonder, and I don't know if we're the right people to ask or to answer this, is at some point there is going to be fatigue by the people watching. Because if you're watching a whole year of your season, then you have, for example, this past summer, you had Euro Cup followed by the Copa America, if you're following that, and then the season starts again. Part of the beauty of the game, part of the beauty of the World Cup, the Nations World Cup, is that happens every 4 years. But now we have national or international games pretty much year round for forever. So
you bring a great point.
A lot of that romanticism, a lot of that wanting to watch the game, dreaming about becoming that, I think is going to be washed away by the quantity of offer out there.
But it's enough to look at Champions League. True. I remember in the 90s, like waiting, counting the minutes, because it was a game every 2 weeks when you were lucky. There was never 2 weeks in a row that you had Champions League back to back. Never. It was once every 15 days. You were waiting, counting the minutes to watch that game in 2 weeks from now. Yes. That's what made it like so powerful, that tournament.
Passionate.
It was so exclusive. It was, people were lasting after it, and it doesn't exist anymore. That's why Agnelli and those people wanted to create the Super League, to create this now, games that were sought after, right? Because now you have so many games. They're like, it's not the games that are missing, it's the good games that are missing.
Yeah.
So
that's a great point, Giulio. I ask everybody to think back in this season, this new Champions League. How many Champions League games did you actually watch? There were so many at the same time. It's hard to watch them all. So at most you're watching two, right? Two, three, maybe.
No, I watch
not that much.
Yeah, exactly. But even
Josh,
before, you could at
sorry
least
if I
have the
stop
time.
you. I gotta say bye.
No. We'll close.
My boss is gonna kill me.
No, thank you, Matteo. Thank you for coming. But
no.
Matteo,
it's always a pleasure being here, especially with you. So yeah. So thank you so much, Joshua. Bruno, see you soon. Giulio, I'll see you on Saturday.
We'll keep in touch.
And
ciao.
Ciao, Matteo.
Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Guys, I think we can
Ciao,
close
Matteo.
here. That was kind of the last point that I wanted to bring to the table, and I think we're all in agreement here. But as always, an invitation to join your JOFCs in your local communities. And if you don't have one, JOFC Hollywood is a fantastic JOFC to join as well. Follow Rino on his channel. The guys at JOFC also have a channel, and they do fantastic work every week. They're talking with all of the JOFCs
The Vancouver Club.
The North America. So really follow both of them in YouTube and in all the social media as well. It's just one happy Juventus family. Please. So we'll leave it here. From Pueblo Juve side, tomorrow night we have a new embajada, and then on Thursday we have a special video coming up, and then we'll see everybody else on the live for Friday to do the preview for Juventus Lazio. Rino, grazie. Thank you for having come here and spent some time with us.
Thank you so much.
And Giulio,
it's
thank
a pleasure.
you as always to have you here again. It was
thank you.
Always a pleasure to have you.
Thank you. Pleasure, it's all mine.
Okay, guys. Well, we'll leave it here. Have a nice night. Forza Juve sempre. Ciao.